Hey everybody, Connor McIver, and there is a bunch to talk about today, but let's go ahead and get started. Looking at the current inventory, I've noticed that from February to March, and I'll go ahead and attach the location of this, we had twice as much inventory in February than we did March. And you can see the reduction within the Santa Clarita Valley and also all of Los Angeles County, where basically in March we had so many buyers, they sucked up half of what was on the market. And in addition to that, there hasn't been that much being placed. So that's number one. Number two, just recently there was a big change to short sales. That's actually assisted people in helping those short sales move through a little bit faster. That's going to be known as HAFA, and that's a government program, and they're actually satisfying the seconds on a lot of these 80-20 loans to see if the second doesn't play ball on a short sale, then a lot of times the short sale can't go through. The second needs to be satisfied. And that's kind of funny. But anyway, continuing second does need to be satisfied. So what they do is the government's now allotting certain monies to go to the second so the short sale process will be able to move forward. What's better for people out there, foreclosure or short sale? It's going to depend on the circumstances. Sometimes it is better to let something foreclose versus trying to work it out with a short sale and vice versa. But the only way that you're going to know what the best way to have it handled would be speaking with somebody that's an expert on the short sale process. Let's talk a little bit about bank-owned properties. Looking at the inventory, I've been watching on a daily basis. A lot of the properties that are actually coming on the market now aren't true bank-owned. They are foreclosures, but they're not from the banks. They're properties that are being picked up at auction. And then when people are buying them for, 80, 85 cents on the dollar, they're turning them around, rehabbing them, and throwing them back on the market for sale. I've seen a slowdown, though, with our buyers. There's properties that are now sitting on the market a little bit longer, but that's because they're not comping out or they're not being priced where the comparables are. With the new appraisal guidelines, can't do that. What's happening is the appraisers are going out. There's now a watchdog over the appraisal mechanism, so that guy's going out there, or girl, going out to give value on this property. There is no more wild card. They're actually being watched by a lot of different entities to make sure that the appraisers they're doing true value on homes. When you look at comps, even a very simple quasi-appraisal that we would do or a quasi-value check, whenever I'm looking at 3 months of inventory, I need apples to apples. So I'm going to be taking the same types of properties and comparing those within a 3-month time frame. And I want to see everything active, which carries a little bit of weight, everything pending or in backup position, which again carries a little bit of weight. The solds, what the banks actually loan money on, that carries a lot of weight. So that's what I want to see. Looking around for real estate on the internet, that's wonderful, and I'm happy that you are. However, you need to make sure that your source data is true, because I could actually build a real estate site or platform where I would put properties on the market for sale. I could build the whole thing and make it fake, and I'm looking at some of my screens here. There's definitely ways to do that. So what you want when you're looking at a listing on the internet, you want to make sure it's showing truly accurate information. You need to see an MLS number. MLS number from SoCal Tempo is going to be formatted with an F and some numbers after it. There's other boards of realtors that all feed into a system called Clarita, and you don't really need to know this for test purposes later, but look for an MLS number and make sure it's real. If you're working with a qualified agent, you should be able to give them the MLS number, and they should be able to go onto the system here and pull that property without any problem. If there is no MLS number, I would wonder if that's actually a true listing, because I personally could go onto Craigslist and build ads all day long for listings that don't exist. And yeah, there's a possibility of me getting fined, but I know a lot of the people that do that. So make sure your search source is good. I'm going to quit bending your ear. Please be good to each other. Thanks for listening, and talk to you soon.